So I'm just going to say a few words about this week. It's been a heavy week. And, we live in the reality is that we live in a crumbling empire in this nation. We witness a dramatic concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, while there is widespread but well hidden poverty and misery for the majority of us. Folks are indebted, locked up, pushed to the margins, isolated from one another. We have a ridiculous amount of money that we spend on the resources for the military here, to police folks here and around the world. And for decades, these forces have expanded our empire violently and enforced its power all around the world. Now it seems though that this military power and its increasing militarization indicates more of a growing fear and paranoia towards those that are not us, towards our neighbors. It's a sense of desperation seems to be emerging in this country, where there's a need to cling to control, and it gets expressed in a almost grotesque form of open violence and cruelty and supremacy, political violence, the violence of family separation and the detention of people, the stalking of our neighbors in our neighborhoods, homophobia, Islamophobia, the criminalization of our poor and unhoused, blatant racism, and the use of media to further intimidate and disinform and divide our people. And our elected officials from either party seem to be wholly disconnected from the experience and suffering of our people, completely unprepared to meet this moment. And these are especially violent times for our people who embody and expose in and through their suffering and resistance the moral and spiritual decay of this empire. I'm talking about the unhoused, the detained and imprisoned, including our immigrant brothers and sisters, and those who call out and resist genocide in Gaza and Palestine. I'm talking about our trans queer siblings, our Black brothers and sisters, the poor and dispossessed of this nation, who now total nearly 142 million people, almost 45% of the population, which was the same in this administration. It was in the previous and the one before that and the one before that. But nevertheless, when you reach out and you see people in a community like the many communities represented here at the Freedom Church of the Poor, we see and we feel a certain growing fire, a dam that is close to bursting, a swelling rejection of this crumbling order, and a rising awareness of its lies and inhumanity. And we will continue to resist in the streets and in other ways that we have learned through decades of struggle. But also we will resist in our communities by coming together to care for each other and to meet the material and spiritual needs of our people, to sing, to pray, to laugh, to cry, and to realize the abundant world that God promises, where everyone is in and no one is out. So I'm so grateful for the Freedom Church of the Poor and the beautiful people in this community, the powerful organizing of its people, which has been coming together every week now for 5 years to keep that fire burning. It is one place, one community that is modeling a new way of getting organized, of getting our people to care for them, and also to through that care build power. And in these last weeks of Jubilee, the Freedom Church of the Poor will continue to lift up the stories of how we as leaders are called to this work and what inspires and challenges and helps us recommit to it. And we will also continue to engage in the all-important battle for the Bible, which we have seen yet again wielded against our people as a tool of hate and division. We will continue to battle for that resource, for the moral framing, which we know emerged out of the struggles of the poor so long ago and has been used to fight for liberation and justice throughout the ages.